that kind of led Klubnik to believe that there was going to be a big hole for him to run?
No, he just creased. I mean, they play a lot of man coverage. They kind of do what they do. They're very committed to stopping the run, and they'll give up some big plays. But we just, we're trying to. In that situation, we needed it. But we got the penalty was big that we got. I think the late hit there. So when we got there, we needed at least 10 yards. I think the ball was on about right at the 50, and we needed at least 10 yards to give us a chance in field goal range. Just give us a chance at a 57-yarder or so. And so we called the draw right there, and it popped. And sometimes that's what happens when you catch guys in tight coverage and man coverage, and it's late in the game, and guys are tired, and that kid can run. And it was just a heck of a play, by him. And but literally we were trying to just make sure that we had a really good positive play right there on first down, and it popped. It popped. And I've seen that before. Unbelievable play. And just, again, he missed a few plays that he's going to be mad about in this game. And there was a couple of dudes that he missed, and we didn't finish on a couple of plays that we had. But, man, great quarterbacks find a way, and he found a way tonight. And that's the type of moment, type of experience that when you do stuff like that, it does stuff inside of you. All of a sudden, you start to expect that. And you got to go experience those things, and that'll be a moment that he'll never forget, and it'll be a moment that will grow him even more.
Coach, you always talk about the will to win. Gabe displayed that at the end, but also Barrett Carter, that shoestring tackle that he made for the touchdown.
Unbelievable play. They caught us in man coverage right there. Probably not a good matchup, our 0 on theirs, but he made a heck of a play. I mean, they strained all night. I mean, they really did. Strained all night, fought for every yard, and again, holding them to the field goals was huge. And then our field goal was the difference in the game.
You and Kirby have something in common now when it comes to penalty after discussions. How do you feel about penalties coming after discussions?
I've never been a part of I've never been a part of that. I was at Notre Dame in double overtime. When was that? 20? When they reviewed the play, changed it, and then we're getting ready to snap it, and they reviewed the review. I remember our rep, the white hat guy at the time, I said, he said, I've never been a part of it either. All I can do is they're calling me from NASA, wherever they are. So I've never been a part of that, and I've never been a part of what we were part of tonight. I've never been a part of it because, hands, and listen, I'm not saying it was, they missed the call. It was a hands to the face, but you can't review hands to the face. And if a guy is not hurt, I think the ball's probably snapped. So it was, I've never been a part of that. I can't wait to have a conversation on that one for sure. So, and then I don't know what targeting is anymore. I really don't. I don't know what we had a target. There was a targeting in the Cal-Miami game earlier this year that I don't know what targeting is anymore. I really don't. I've coached football. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't know what it is. It changes every week. Every week. So some tough breaks on both sides. There were some tough calls for them and tough calls for us, but to answer your question, no, I said that. I said, this is a first. I've never been a part of that. Guy comes from the end zone, all of a sudden drops a flag. But they tried to explain to me that, no, I know it feels awkward, but this is the right thing, and we were discussing it. And so all you can do is just say, well, okay, let's move on. And that's what we did. But I've never been a part of that. Ever. So, did Kirby have that too? Did he have some?
Texas.
Oh, the Texas game. Oh, okay. I thought something happened today.
So what they tell you in that moment? What was their explanation? Was that?
Well, they said they had been discussing it the whole time. I said, well, why wasn't there a flag on the ground? Throw the freaking flag, and I can live with that. But there's no flag. So, I mean, I'm not sure the mechanics are right. I'll let Riveron figure all that out. But, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you got to move on and play. And, again, I don't expect them to be perfect. But and there was tough calls both sides. But I've just never experienced that, ever. Like, ever. That was a new one. It was a new one, like the review of the review in 20. That was the first. That was two unique experiences in my life. I'll write about them in my book one day.
Pitt had the 3rd and goal of the 1, kicked the field goal. That was an 8.5-minute drive, and then they went right down and scored. I mean, your defense had to be exhausted at that point in the game.
Yeah, and we went for it. First of all, I did click over and said, "Wes, do you want to go for this?" And he said, "Hell yeah, let's go for it." And then I was mad, and it was a great play. The whole offensive staff. I'm mad at myself. Because all they need is a field goal. And if you punt it right there, you play field position. That's probably but analytics will say go for it there. You're going to try to win the game, put it away, and we had the call. I mean, we had the call. Everybody loved the call. We've been sitting on that, and you got to give their one kid credit because we had it, and he stopped running. He stopped, and if he keeps, it's going to hit. And the kid stopped and made a play, and that was a tough deal. But for the defense to go out there and hold them to the field goal gave us a chance. So. Those are tough calls, and we were going for the win. We were trying not to give them the ball back, and old school me punts the ball, and you just play field position and hope you get a stop and maybe you win it late. But we tried to go for it, and we didn't get it. You got to give them credit. And again, everybody felt great about the call, but their kid was just made a great play. He made a great play.
Just a heads up, Khalil Barnes is available outside if anybody needs to step out. Continue with questions for Coach.
You said you don't know what targeting is anymore. Is that reference to Sammy Brown's?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to go to a seminar in the off season or something, targeting anonymous or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't.
Dabo, in this age of a 12-team playoff, you got your team jockeying for that position, getting into that mix. To me, today was a playoff resume enhancing win. As someone in the national media who covers you guys, as people who meet every week to judge where Clemson should be, why should we consider Clemson a playoff team and be in that top 12? You have a chance, obviously, in 2 weeks against South Carolina to put another exclamation point, but why should we start thinking you guys are in the mix right now? You're sitting at 20. What makes you a playoff contender?
Well, I mean, we're 8-2. It's hard to win. We're undefeated on the road for the 10th time in 129 years. It's not like that happens every year. It's hard to do. We beat everybody who beat us last year. We obviously didn't get to play Duke. It's a 17-team league. And we got one loss to a good team. And, we didn't have a great day that day. They were better than us, and, we got one loss. And then we lost a tough opener, a game that we just had a bad third quarter. And, we got a great quarterback who's, if you look at our quarterback, he's right there with Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. Statistically, he takes care of the ball. He makes big plays. We got dudes that are getting better every week in our skill positions. We got some young guys that are just blossoming. Our defense is playing as well as it's played all year. We got a kicker that just made a 51-yarder. Why not? Why not? I mean, it's hard to win. It's hard to win. We're 8-2. We got one friggin' loss in this league. We don't play the other team that's undefeated. And, I think we got a team that's really kind of just finding their way right now. We've overcome a ton. I mean, I'm talking about no Sadler, no Marcus Tate, no Tristan Lee, no Elijah Thurman. That's 4 starters gone from your offensive line, and you got guys out there getting it done. You got no Wade, and you lose Sammy. You got kids just stepping up all over the place. So, I mean, listen, we're in the fight. That's all you can ask for. I mean, we're in the fight. We had a chance to control our destiny, so we need a little bit of help. But all we can do is just take care of our business. We got a chance to finish 10-2. You know, again, we got a chance to get a 9th win next week for 14th year in a row. I'll wait and count on how many teams in the country have done that. 1, 2, that's it. All right, it's a very short list. So, you know, these kids got a lot of heart. They got a lot of toughness. You know, we're a team that believes, and, you know, I think they can play with anybody on any given day. But, you know, hey, again, we're not worried about it. You know, we don't control what other people say and do and all that stuff. All we can do is just go try to keep playing. A lot can happen. I don't know what's happened today, but a lot can happen in college football on any given weekend. So we just got to keep battling, and, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, I mean, I believe what God's got for you, He's got for you. So, you know, we just got to stay locked in on what we're doing, and we'll see how it all plays out. But, man, I love our group, and we're not going to lose many guys on this team. You know, we got 3 starters on defense and 3 on offense that have to leave. And so we've got a chance to be a team that I think really, and that's why experience like this today is huge for your group and how it teaches them and develops them to where they expect it. That's a good next step for us. But, I mean, why not? We've been there. I mean, we're a program that, you know, we got the 2nd most playoff wins, 2nd most national championships. You know, why not? We've proven that we can play on that stage. But this team in particular, if they want to have a shot at that, they've got to finish. And they'll have the opportunity to do that.
Saw you raise your. Go ahead.
I was going to say 2 straight road wins. How proud of you of your kids to come out here and get a tough win against Pitt? Yeah,
I mean, when the schedule came out and you go, boy, in November at Lane Stadium, at Pitt, that ain't an easy task. And then both teams are playing really well. So I'm really proud of our guys. I'm proud of them. It's a long season. These guys have been going since July. And, you know, really, and then coming off a loss, too, a really disappointing game, you know, and to pick yourself back up, you saw the resiliency of our team. And you got to be resilient. You got to be resilient in life. You know, got to be resilient in football. And to go on the road back-to-back weeks and find a way to get it done, it's awesome. And undefeated on the road. I don't know if you heard me earlier, you know, for only the 10th time in the history of our school. So there's a reason it's only happened 10 times. It's hard to win. It's really hard to win on the road. And to see these guys step up and get it done and just never waver. Just continue to play. It was special. I hate it for Pitt. I really do. Because I've been on both sides of that, man. I hate it for those kids. I hate for anybody to have to lose a game like that because it just rips your freaking heart out. And because they battled. And man, Pat, those kids, I told him I wouldn't, man, that you know you're going to get everything because that's who he is as a man and as a coach. And so, man, I hurt for Pitt. But I'm going to enjoy that Dove bar on the way back on that plane ride regardless. Proud of our guys and glad it worked out for us.
Saw you embracing your 2 sophomores, TJ and Peter, after the game. What were you saying about that?
Yeah, I mean, just their leadership. You know, I've really challenged both of them the last 2 weeks. And made Peter a captain today. TJ was a captain last week. And, man, both those kids have really stepped up for us. And young players, and, again, for them to experience a game like that is just awesome for them. And, you know, TJ just he was special. I mean, he was special. And, he had the 1 strip sack turnover, and we screwed it up and didn't get points on that. But, man, they were just relentless. Peter, I think, was in on a couple of sacks, so getting him back. But it just was just growing up. Just growing up. It's fun to see.
Yes, Peter Woods played almost exclusively at tackle. I guess we'll look into that.
Yeah, well, no K-Part. All right, y'all forget he's out too. Oh, yeah, K-Part. He ain't around either. So when you sit down and you no Tyler Brown, no Shelton, no K-Part, no Sammy, no Wade, no Shelton. I mean, no, all these other guys. And then these kids come in here on the road and get it done. It's been easy to make some excuses. So no K-Part. And then we really like how our ends are playing. You know, Cade got his first sack tonight. Jaheim got his first sack tonight. Man, Hoffler's coming. All those kids are really, really coming on. So we were able to move him back in there to kind of shore up the depth, Cape out, and it's great. It's great to see it. So hopefully, again, hopefully we'll get some guys back here in the next days or week or whatever, and we'll see what happens. But really proud of Peter.
Just to confirm, Thurman was at an ACL.
No, is his ankle. He'll have to have surgery. I think he'll have to have, probably like a tightrope, maybe put a little plate in there. But he'll heal up. He'll heal up. It's be a little rehab for him, but not something that's going to be. It's out for the season, but not something that's 9 months or something like that. It'll be probably 2 or 3 months, and we'll just see where he's at. So hopefully we'll have him back for spring ball and stuff. But again, I couldn't believe it. I could not freaking believe it. It was unbelievable. The first play. You just can't. It's unbelievable. But again, nobody panicked, nobody flinched. I just really hate it for him. But the positive again is, what he was able to do last week, what he was able to show. He got his first start. He's got a very clear vision in his head of what he can be, and so do his teammates. So that'll give him some wind in his sails to get through this rehab and get back this spring.
RJ Wiggins left the game. What is his status?
I don't know. He looked okay in the locker room, but I didn't get anything specific on him at this point.
Dabo, you said that you run that field goal to tie, touchdown to win drill every week.
Yep.
How many of those drills end with Cade going 50 yards for a touchdown?
It's happened a few times, actually. Believe it or not, we've popped a few of those runs. So we do it literally. It's every Wednesday. It's what we do. And so he's had a few of those. He's had a few of them. But, they were straining, especially in that situation, because they knew, too, we only needed about 10 or 15 yards to get in the field goal range. So, we caught them in the right coverage, and we had the right call at the right time, and it popped. He found the crease. And, again, these guys have played a lot of snaps, too, and a little bit of fatigue. But how about the fact that he got banged up earlier on the late hit and kind of gathered himself and was able to gut it out. But, he's just a relentless competitor, man. He's got a big heart on him. It was pretty special. It was pretty special to just when you think it's over, it ain't ever over. That's why you keep playing. That's why you practice situational football. We literally had a lot of situational football tonight. We had a lot of clock management. There was a little bit of everything, going on in that game. But that's why you practice that stuff. So, they have a lot of confidence. That's why we do it. And I was worried about we scored too quick. And then give them credit. They battled and gave themselves a chance. I think they had 2 timeouts, and we got trying to play coverage, and our guys, you got rush fatigue as well, and everybody's just trying to gut it out. And their kids made some plays and gave them a chance. Who picked it at the end? Was that 20? Who got it? 7 got it. Khalil got it. So that put us +1 on the margin. That was good.
The second half offensive struggles, I think you need to look at the film, but anything that kind of stands out that helps them.
No, I need to really see the tape. We missed some plays. That's one thing that jumps out. And then we had a few calls that I know Garrett would like to have back. And then again I got to see some things up front before I can really truly comment. But just some missed opportunities. We had a couple of miscues, assignment wise, outside, and then Cade just missed a couple. Tight coverage the whole way. They were very committed to stopping Maffa. It was pretty obvious to see that. Even though he got a little something late there to give us a chance, but give them credit. I thought they did a heck of a job.
Does Walker Park actually do any reps in practice?
Never. Maybe in some summer stuff, but we worked him there last week, just a few reps here or there. We threw him out there, and just tried to, I put Linthicum at right tackle in practice. Wednesday's team pass, I didn't even tell anybody. I just said, Linthicum, you're at right tackle. Trent, you go to center, Blake go to left tackle, just trying to create some options. And Big Ryan held his own in team pass there, and so I was just trying to every combination we could get, and then again we had Mason ready to go, but so he's got one game left, so hopefully we can be in a good spot now, and but yeah, we worked him some this week, this past week of practice, but no, he hasn't. Again, we came into the season with Ian Reed out. We had 5 legit tackles that we were really excited about, and you're down to 1, Blake, with all these guys out. So again, hopefully Tristan and Marcus will be able to rejoin us, and we'll go from there.
TJ Moore also had a block on Cades, a 50-yard touchdown run. I guess how proud are you of him as a freshman to make a key play in a critical moment? Yeah,
he made a couple key plays. I mean, we had some bad field position as well. 2 or 3, maybe more, we started inside our 15, a couple times inside the 10. In fact, I think one of the touchdown drives was a 90-something yard drive. And it was big. I mean, he made a couple plays. Wish we'd have had a couple more, but again, it's going to be some good stuff on tape, and there's going to be some garbage on tape. But when it's all said and done, when the clock ticked to 0, the Tigers found a way to win, and that's all that matters. And man, I'm just again thankful to the good Lord to let me experience stuff like that. I mean, because very few people get to experience what I just experienced in that locker room. That's what it's all about. I mean, it really is. It's pretty special to be a part of that. I always say if you could bottle that up, man, we'd all retire. It's pretty special when you're a part of a team that really finds a way to win when it's not perfect, and there's a lot you feel like's against you. So you got to give the players all the credit, and just all the glory to the good Lord.
Take 1 or 2 more for Coach. Antonio Williams and Kate Klubnik are available outside. Anybody have anything for Coach? Any questions virtually? All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank y'all.